So the exec elections just happened, and I think that was a really good example of where LSU Media and LSU worked very well together. We made sure we prepared for it. We had an editorial guidelines document given out to key volunteers, key journalists, to make sure that everything they did was journalistically sound, done in the right way, and I think by and large it was an enormous success. We understand that sometimes it looks like LSU Media can be too negative and can sometimes look like it's against LSU, and I've been working quite closely with Max to make sure this isn't always the case. Obviously the way it is, they're student journalists and they choose what they want to write. Very little kind of direction is given to them about what they should write because they're volunteers doing it because they want to. But what we need to do is make sure that the good news stories are getting through to them as well as the bad news which they've picked up themselves. And that's something I've worked with Max to make sure that good news is coming from exec to the journalists so we can report on that too. In terms of training, we understand that this is an area we need to build on, and over the next few months we want to make sure that the top level journalists at least are given the journalistic training to make sure that what they do is as good as it can be and reflective of what there is in wider industry. This is also in line with the new rules in terms of insurance for student media which are coming in this month. We understand our legal obligation to make sure everything is done properly in those terms as well. We also have Media Alumni Weekend coming up at the end of April, where we'll be welcoming back some of LSU Media's previous best and brightest. There will be a training element to that weekend as well, including journalism training, so some of our journalists can see how it's done out in the real world.